NWA Mountain State, the flagship of the National Wrestling Alliance.
Welcome once again, fans, to NWA Mountain State Wrestling, the flagship of the National Wrestling Alliance. It's right here on Fox, West Virginia, and all across the World Wide Web. My name's Dean Bibb with Stephen Hensley. Man, what a morning we've bringing to you.
Absolutely right about that. We got that big grudge ladies match between Violet Adams and Misty James. We saw the altercation between those two last week. We've got a big tag team main event with Dark Gift taking on Ron Mathis and Mr. Showtime. But this morning, starting things off, Dean, tell them what we've got for them.
We've got what Shaun Tempers and Lance Erikson were asking for. Lance Erikson wanted Shaun Tempers in the ring. Shaun Tempers, being the North American champion, says, hey, no problem. I want your belt. So it's Lance Erikson putting the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Championship on the line against the North American champion, the Temptation, Shaun Tempers. And we're starting off the morning with that. So how is this hour going to unfold if we're giving that to you first? Stay tuned to find out.
Mobile disc jockeys are an important part of your party. Get a good one, you have a great party. Get a bad one, suffer the consequences. Dwayne Muncie, the owner, has been doing this since 1992 and is well qualified to help you through the entire process of making your event a huge hit. Here's just a few reasons you should book us. Dependability, knowledgeable, friendly staff, user-friendly website, over 110,000 songs, will play as long as you want, and customer service is most important to us. We have all the equipment to handle any job, any size. We can even set up multiple systems at the same event. Our gear is well maintained and we always bring backup. We set up early and we love to travel. Please see our website for details. No hidden charges, no setup fees, no subcontracting. Give us a call today at 304-250-0123. or go to DwayneMuncie.com to schedule a free consultation. Don't suffer with a lousy DJ. Let Cucumber & Company help make your night downright historic.
Today, right here on NWA Mountain State Wrestling, you're going to see the Canadian Lion put his NWA Mountain State heavyweight title on the line against the Temptation, Shaun Tempers. Well, as you can see, Mr. Tempers doesn't want to put his belt on the line, but I am the Canadian Lion, and I don't care. I'll defend my title against anybody, anytime, and today, at home, you're going to get a treat, because the Canadian Lion's defending the title.
You're looking at the Temptation, Shaun Tempers, the NWA North American Heavyweight Champion. In just a few moments, you're going to see me live in action, but it's not my title that's going to be on the line. This morning, I'm challenging Lance Erikson for his NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Championship. And I know Lance is on an extreme journey to move up in the rankings in the NWA, and naturally, there's nothing that would do better for him than beating me. But I'm afraid that's not how it's going to work out, Lance. I really hate it for you, but it's going to be a true Sunday morning coming down because I'm going to be leaving with your gold.
So the first time that this new belt of Lance Erikson's is being defended on television, it's being defended against a man who says, I'm greedy, I want to be the most decorated champion.
That's right, Lance, it's coming home with me.
And you hear him right there.
Oh, it looks so good.
Wow.
And Shaun Tempers, brash as always, with some very strong words for Erikson. Erikson, though, look at the eyes. such determination, such focus. He's not going to be thrown off his game by words, and this match is not going to be won by them.
And like you said earlier, we're kicking off the show with this. Guys, we're giving you an incredible match. I'm telling you, it's going to be good. Look at these guys. Look at these guys come together. Lance takes the wrist. Wow, Shaun Temper's going quickly to the ropes on this.
Very quickly.
And
the fans in West Virginia are chanting
Canadian Lion. Wow.
Only at the flagship, Dean.
Shaun Tempers has not endeared himself to the fan base here in NWA Mountain State by any stretch of the imagination. His first appearance here was against Jason the Gift Kincaid. Now, Lance Erikson. I mean, the fans just don't like this guy. If they're going to cheer for Lance Erikson, they don't like this man.
Well, there's so much on the line in this one. Both men with unmatchable win-loss records. High-profile situations. Those guys are not strangers to him. Over the last couple months, Lance Erikson, win by win, has slowly etched his way into the top 10 in the National Wrestling Alliance. He is number 10. He has beaten former world champion Adam Pearce. He's beaten NWA Dog champion Damian Wayne. And today he's going to try to beat the NWA North American champion Shaun Tempers and take one more step up that ladder.
A lot of pride and money and titles on the line here. Canadian Lion likes, whether he wants to admit it or not, he likes being the champion because he likes that little bit of extra in the paycheck. Wow, as Shaun Tempers starts laying in some hands on him.
Well, let's not make any mistake about it. Sure, the paycheck means a lot to him, but Lance Erikson, he's a different breed of animal. For him, it's about respect. He plans on building a legacy that will last years after he has left the sport of professional wrestling, and he is well on his way to being remembered as one of the all-time greats in the National Wrestling Alliance.
Agreed wholeheartedly. And you know, these guys, Shaun Tempers wrestles all over. His schedule is busy. Now, Canadian Lion Lance Erikson puts the title on the line every time that we have a live event. He's been actually trying to move away from television because of this purpose, so he can concentrate more on defending.
For these guys to
Absolutely.
wrestle on TV. Guys like this, you hear about them touring all over the country, defending their belts. A guy like Shaun Tempers, a guy like Lance Erikson, come to one of our live events. He's defending the heavyweight title left and right, but they don't like to be on videotape. Videotape is about ego. And ego lets your opponents see your weaknesses. If you're on video, your opponents can study you. The less time you spend in front of a camera rolling, the more you get to hide from them. Lance Erikson pulling out some very basic fundamentals from his bag of tricks, a series of arm drags, and now just cinching it in on Shaun Tempers.
Here's another thing to consider. What if on this NWA Mountain State Wrestling television program, one of these men blows a knee out? What happens to their competitive schedule, you know? So there, like you say, a lot on the line here, not just a title. Lance Erikson definitely pushing the advantage here in their early offset of this match.
Well, he's doing everything he can early on to wear down Shaun Tempers, to pick apart the body and take it apart, take away one of those tools as quickly as possible. And you have to do that with a man like Shaun Tempers. He has been the NWA North American champion for over a year. He might be on the outside of the ring right now, but don't fool yourself for a second. He's not scared.
But let me point out, he does not hold championship advantage here. He cannot wait out a 10 count and retain his title. He wants Lance Erikson's title, so he must compete. The onus is on him to get in and, as we say, kick with the chickens to see what gets scratched up. Wow, he does not like being called a chicken at all.
And the fans here in Beckley are disagreeing with him.
Whoa! He comes in the hard way.
Well, the fans rattled him, and Lance Erikson stretches his head. His tag partner in this match is the fans. The fans have gone under Tempers' skin, and Erikson is taking advantage of it. A lateral press.
And a kick out now by the North American champion, who is
close.
Yes, he's the challenger in this. Wow, desperation move now, and that backs the Canadian Lion up. Checking his teeth now.
Lance Erikson's days off of that one. Shaun Timpers is going to go right after him. You see him climbing up the ropes there and just rubbing that forearm across the face of Erikson, and that doesn't feel good.
Not at all. Working the left arm. He's going to bring him through. Russian leg sweep in the middle of the ring, and he's going to cover in the middle of the ring.
Hooks the leg, but only a 1 count.
Guys, if someone has been North American champion for over a year, he could very easily come out of this your new NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
You're absolutely
just
right.
Because he wants it. He doesn't need this title. He wants it to hurt Lance.
Well, what he wants is to be the most decorated champion in National Wrestling Alliance history. He wants to add to his collection of titles the Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight title. But the fans want to see Lance Erikson come out on top. They want to see him retain the title. And Erikson drawing off of his own determination to the cheers of the fans, but he gets cut off by the knee to the gut.
And you know what? A loss to Shaun Timpers is going to knock him out of the top 10 very easily. He'll have to work his way back. He's now the number 10 spot in the NWA, but he's facing the number 1. And he could drop out of the rankings very quickly. Any loss could knock him out.
But what could a win do for him? How far up that ladder could that move, Lance?
Oh my, yes. I mean, there's been on this
American
list.
title shot, I think, would be undeniable. And if he pulled that one off, the world would be just around the corner.
And the names on this top 10, Scorpio Sky, Chance Prophet.
So many top competitors in the National Wrestling Alliance. But today, this morning in our opening contest, it's about 2. Lance Erikson and Shaun the Temptation Timpers. Erikson off the ropes.
Ball of fire. Wow! A cross body block. How many times have we seen the heavyweight champion hit a cross body block? I can't recall ever seeing it.
Well, that was a high impact, uncharacteristic flying maneuver from Lance Erikson. But a man with that much size to use a crossbody like that, you see the effect of the impact on him.
Absolutely.
He felt every bit of that. Shaun Timpers saw a moment when Erikson was taking his time to get up just a little bit too long, dropped in with a drop toe hold, and ever since then, it's been all Shaun Timpers.
And it's those techniques and that mindset that has made him one of the longest standing, if not the longest standing, North American heavyweight champion in National Wrestling Alliance history. He's hooking him, setting him, and snapping it over. Beautiful suplex, and here's your cover. Could it be? Guys, there's area pride at stake here. This is NWA Mountain State Wrestling, and it is the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Championship on the line. Both men jockeying for position. Both men trying to outmove the other one.
And Erikson ducked that elbow, a beautiful Northern Light suplex.
He bridged into perfect pin position. Shaun Timpers kicking out just at the right moment. Both men slow to get up. They're putting themselves through a lot of abuse here. And there's a super kick. We've seen the match end on that move. Can he get up and capitalize? Can he pin Shaun Timpers and hold his own title?
Well, neither guy is moving too quick right now. It's that proverbial race we talk about in these situations. Both men, they've given so much. How much do they have left in the gas tank? The first man to his feet has the advantage. But as much as these guys have put into this match, how much of an advantage can you possibly have? How much can you have left?
Shaun Timpers fired first, but Canadian Lion's the one that's getting the better of him. Sending him into the corner. Big boot to the breadbasket now. And the Canadian Lion actually getting some approval from the fans. He shoots Shaun Timpers across the ring. Sets him up. Oh, Timpers was ready for him. That's all it took for him to recover enough.
Ready and waiting, but so is Erikson with a spine buster.
Could this be it?
Are you? No.
2 count only.
I cannot believe it.
Wow.
I thought Erikson had it. I thought he
I thought he'd successfully defended the belt. A win over the North American champion.
And guys, this is a 60-minute match, but neither of these guys have bothered to pace themselves. They have went all out from the get-go.
Well, Shaun Timbers took Erikson's best shot there. You don't get to be a year-long North American champ for nothing.
You know, the Canadian Lion stays hungry. Now that drive is moving towards those board-certified titles, and the North American Championship would be a great thing for him to own at this moment. They're hooking for a superplex right here at 324 Neville Street in downtown Beckley.
Well, he's got him hooked up, but Timbers holding on to that top rope.
Clubbing blows now to the rib cage, trying to break him loose, and he does.
And Erikson hit that mat hard. Timbers still on the middle rope, dives off with a knee to the back.
That devastating knee drop. Wow. I was about to talk about that wins him matches, and Erikson kicks out of that one at the last moment. Man, all right, he's saying that's it. Timbers says it's going to end. He says he's going to break his neck.
Well, Shaun Timbers apparently calling for the neck breaker. He gets Erikson up to a vertical base, hooks it in the front face lock, transitions it over. He's holding on, but
Erikson's fighting his way out.
He's pulled the arms apart. He's got him hooked.
A backslide.
1, 2.
Wow.
Him down. I can.
On a backslide.
Can you believe it, Dean Bibb?
Shaun Timbers cannot believe it.
Give me my belt. And Lance Erikson has just defeated the NWA North American champion, Shaun Timbers. That has got to put him in position to be the #1 contender for that title.
Absolutely, and not only that, but I'm sure his stake in the top 10 is going to skyrocket.
What a way to open up the morning.
Greetings, grappling fans. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this, but we are the NWA Mountain State Tag Team Champions, and we are defending these belts live on television this morning. And not only that, we are going on tour. We're traveling across this state. We're going to be in Mount Hope, Baileysville. We're going to be in Alderson, and we're going to be defending these belts because we are defending champions. We take honor in having these titles. And what are we going to do when we get our hands on legit dynamite? You know, I really can't say what we're going to do to legit dynamite on television because it's probably illegal in all 50 states. But with that being said, legit dynamite, you're not even on our level. We're way ahead of you. We're light years beyond you, sneak attacking us, coming and beating us up in the parking lot at the fair, everything that you do. We're beyond that. And what I mean by that is we want the world tag team titles. We've done a great job defending these in the state of West Virginia. We have an undefeated record. Take notice, NWA, Bill Behrens. Take notice. We want the world tag team titles. We want our shot, and we've deserved it, and we earned it. And we get it. We're going to prove that we are the most heart-stopping, jaw-dropping, eye-popping, high-flying, death-defying, awe-inspiring tag team champions in the world today. Man, what can they do about that, Eric? There's two things you can do about that. Actually, one. Nothing.
And there's the Beau with the bullwhip, the king of Kingsport and the former king of West Virginia.
Well, he's got two very astute weapons, a bullwhip and a bulldozer.
him underneath your wing, right? Your guidance, your knowledge, your years of experience. And Billy Litt made him tap in that very ring last week.
He never tapped out. He never did. He never said I quit.
Well,
You hear him say he quit?
someone studied revisionary history.
Because it was a conspiracy. All these people out here behind Billy Litt, you're his best friend. You got these Bill over here, he had something to do with it. These camera people had something to do with it. All of them is behind Billy Litt. Well, let me tell you this. You don't see Billy Litt standing out here right now when I'm here, do you?
No, sir.
Because he's nothing more than a coward. He's nothing more than a coward. That hold that he put on Bulldozer is an illegal hold. It's been banned in all 50 states and 9 foreign countries. It's not a legal hold. He doesn't know anything about professional wrestling. He doesn't know anything except West Virginia wrestling. He don't know what to do. Listen, when this hand goes up, you realize somebody important's up here. You shut up, and it's up right now. Now, Billy Litt is scared to death of me. But I'm going to ask you something. You tell the truth. Plain and simple. When he rolled out of the ring and faced me face to face, did he not run through that curtain? Well, you tell the truth. Yes or no?
Well, you didn't have...
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, he did. He ran out of here. Now, I've been here for a few months, and I've been telling people I'm ready for a title match. Well, I show up for a title match, all of a sudden the television champion disappears. All of a sudden Lance Erikson goes after everybody else. Now, I come here expecting to fight somebody today that's a top contender, and I get thrown in the ring with a masked marauder who's never won a match in his entire career. But I get paid to step in this ring, and that's what I want to do right here today. I'm going to take a couple of minutes and teach another young guy a few holds, and I'm going to break his neck right here for everybody to see. And then me and Dozer are going to go looking for Billy Litt, because I know he's scared to death, and he ran out of this building when he found out we were here today, because you don't see him standing out here anywhere.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the action. Beau James taking on the Max Marauder.
Here, the king of Kingsport getting in the ring. You can...
Kingsport, Tennessee, weighing 317 pounds. The king of Kingsport, Beau James.
You can say anything that you want to say.
From parts unknown, weight unknown, the Masked Marauder.
Guys, that bullwhip is a terrifying thing. Billy Litt knows this. Billy Litt felt it across his back just a couple of weeks ago. Billy Litt was hung with it just a couple of weeks ago. And yes, there's truth that Billy Litt did run through the curtain. But I'm telling you, Billy Litt made Bulldozer tap. There's no revisionist history going on here. And now Beau James squaring off against the Masked Marauder, who he says he's going to break his neck.
Well, the Masked Marauder's definitely got his work cut out for him this morning. Not just if he hopes to win a match, but just to survive out there with Beau James. I've said it before, I'll say it again. A very naturally tough, a very naturally mean man is Beau James.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of modern day wrestlers, they like to work on their body a lot. Not Beau James. He's not concerned with his body. He's not concerned with his appearance. He's concerned with hurting people. He's concerned with making statements.
And Beau James brutalizing the Masked Marauder, and also Bulldozer laying a hand on him also. He's asking where Billy Litt is. I don't know. That looked like that was right to the point of the nose. Beau James absolutely brutalizing the Masked Marauder. Beau James plays no entrance music. He doesn't worry about any of that.
Absolutely no flash to the man.
Beau James says that entrance music is just an unnecessary superlative that shouldn't even be worried about.
Well, there's a very ruthless effectiveness to Beau James. That's
well, the Masked Marauder landing a leapfrog and a drop kick.
A pinpoint drop kick out of nowhere. He caught him again. That's 2 in a row. And wait a second. Wait a second, Dean. That's Billy Litt! Billy Litt! He's pulled one over on Beau James. He's gone right after him. He's finally got the back. He's been asking for it. Beau James didn't know it, but Billy Litt did. But Beau James just caught him with a clothesline.
But he misses with the elbow, and Billy's got him.
He's got the arm locked up. He's trying to snap it. Beau James.
He's going to try to tap him out. Wow, Bulldozer hits the ring.
There's a big splash by the big man. The henchman of Beau James, the Bulldozer. He's going right after Litt.
No, ring the bell, ring the bell. They're getting the bull whip. Not the bull whip. Not the bull whip.
And
Not
Billy
the bull
Litt,
whip.
He's been on the receiving end of this before.
Not the bull whip, guys.
There's the vicious streak.
And Jason Hampton hitting the ring, and he gets absolutely bollocked.
Well, Jason Hampton, he's suffering a vicious beatdown for his troubles. And Billy Litt,
Suji Synge hits the
still
ring.
being taken apart by Beau James. Suji Synge, more guts and brains going in there after the Bulldozer. And they're taking everyone apart right now.
Oh no, and they're right to the rib cage with the bullwhip handle. So these are two men laid out, and they're still going to work on Billy Litt.
Billy
Here
Litt
comes Hatchet.
fighting for
Hatchet
his life
doesn't
out
even
there.
make it into the ring.
He sure doesn't. The Bulldozer just ran straight into him. That's got to feel like being hit with a ball bat. But poor Billy Litt, he's suffering the most this morning. Out of all the victims out here right now, Beau James of the Bulldozer making him pay the most. And what a dear price it is. Being
And just
lashed with the bull rope again.
They're laying waste to everyone.
Being absolutely brutalized. He has to feel like he's gone through a meat tenderizer. The way that the Bulldozer and Beau James are taking him apart out there.
Billy Litt now right in front of us. Gets sent to the steel. Who can stop this carnage?
It doesn't look like anybody else wants to even try. Can you blame them? Bulldozer calling for more. Billy Litt's been busted open.
He's bleeding from the forehead, and they're going to put more shots in. Guys, this has got to stop.
Absolutely no respect for the referee's authority. Not even acknowledging that the bell's rung only about 100 times.
Hey, he's sending Bulldozer to the top rope.
Are you kidding me?
He's sending Bulldozer to the top rope.
What's he gonna do here?
Hey, there's Puppy Love.
At long lastly, Puppy Love out here to make a difference a day late and $1 short.
Yeah, but Beau James called Bulldozer off.
And it looks like we may finally see control, can see order restored to the situation.
Man, this was brutal. Thank goodness for Puppy Love coming out here.
Hatchet laid to waste, Synge laid to waste, Jason Hampton laid to waste, Billy Litt. I'm not even sure the condition that young man's in right now.
Looks like a car bomb went off around here, all the bloody bodies laying around. Just scattered everywhere.
Billy Litt's not even moving, Dean.
No, his head took a hard hit.
Vans, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Of a disqualification, Billy Litt.
I have absolutely no idea what to say about what we've seen out here just now.
Kramer Security and Investigations, an industry leader, is currently hiring for the position of security officer throughout southern West Virginia. At Kramer, quality begins and ends with our security officers. We are proud to offer a variety of shifts, competitive wages, professional training, and a great opportunity. For information, please call 304-256-0300. That's 256-0300, or apply in person at our Market Street Beckley or Walker Street Princeton locations. Kramer Security and Investigations, securing your future today. An equal opportunity employer.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm surrounded by some of the toughest women in the Beckley area days. All right. Now enough. I usually only take that much abuse at home. Okay. But ladies, you're here promoting your roller derby team, and I don't know which one of you wants to talk first about your website or the upcoming event on July 7th or your regular recruitment. Who would like to do the speaking first?
All right, well, we have a derby bout coming up on July the 7th. It is going to be red, white, and bruise at the Beckley Convention Center. It's going to be pretty awesome. We'll be facing out against the Heart of Appalachia Roller Derby, aka HARD. So you can come out, support us. We're going to give a portion of the proceeds to a charity, and it'll be a good fun for all ages. The whole family.
So this is a family-friendly event.
Absolutely, absolutely. Kids get in free, 12 and under.
All right, and the website. Just Google Beckley Area Derby Dames, and that'll be the best way to find it?
You got it. It's at www.beckleyarea.com. We have links to the tickets for our bouts. We have information on recruitment, anything that's coming up related to our team, you'll see on the website. And the rules of the games on there too, just in case you don't know it.
All right, well, thank you very much, ladies, for coming out this morning. Give it up for the Beckley Area Derby Dames! Don't forget to check them out. Google Beckley Area Derby Dames and go to BeckleyAreaDerbyDames.com.
Hot on the heels of your victory today against the Temptation Shaun Tempers, you are still the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Lance Erikson. And top 10 for the first time in your life in the NWA rankings across the world. You are one of 10 people under Colt Cabana's World Championship. One of 10. How many of these guys have you been in the ring against?
Well, John, excuse me there, Mr. Bibb. I'm used to doing this with Mr. Styles, but I got you today.
That's all right.
First off, yeah, I am number 10 in the rankings this month in the NWA. First time ever in my career in 16 years. I'm very happy to be the NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Champ. As far as who I've beaten in the top 10, well, let's see. I beat Mr. Tempers on TV today. That's number 1. He's number 1 right under Colt Cabana. Number 2 is Adam Pierce. Number 3 is Damian Wayne. Back on May 20th in Mount Hope, West Virginia, I beat both of them 1, 2, 3. Okay, then there's another guy that's here from the state of West Virginia by the name of The Gift, Jason Kincaid. I beat him a few weeks ago. He's number 7. So Chance Prophet's like number 5. Well, I haven't wrestled Chance in a few years, but I used to beat him like a dog. That's not going to change, Chance. When I see you again, I'm going to beat you like the dog that you are. Gimmicks change, but you haven't. Number 2. So, I mean, I don't know what I've got to do to get myself up in these rankings. I don't know who in the NWA I need to talk to. I don't know what I got to do, but I continue to win week in and week out. That's all that matters, is winning. And I'm doing it. And the sad thing of it is, some of these people cheer for me, some of them boo me. It doesn't matter to me. It's about wrestling. You can call me whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Talk bad about me. But when it comes to getting in the ring, I do my thing. And that's all I've been doing. All I'm asking for is a shot. Colt Cabana, I want you to hear this, Mr. Cabana. Listen to me very closely. And if you don't believe me, you're in some kind of 7 sins something with Mr. Adam Pierce. If you don't think I'm the real deal, ask Adam. If you don't think I'm the real deal, ask Damian Wayne. If you don't think I'm the real deal, ask Shaun Tempers, who I have nothing but respect for. I'm tired of being overlooked. I'm busting my ass every day doing what I'm supposed to do, and that's wrestling. I'm not a gimmick. And I want a world title shot. I want a North American title shot. I want a national title shot, Cahagas. I want to be on the board for the NWA. I love this title right here, and I defend it every night. And I'm very proud to be the Mountain State Heavyweight Champ. But I've got bigger things to do, bigger fish to fry. So sooner or later, some of you guys on the NWA board are going to have to really pay attention. You know, I'm getting ready to go to Dog Pound up north in Jersey here in a few weeks.
Damian Wayne's stomping ground.
Yes, Damian Wayne. Main event with Jerry Lynn. I'm going to watch this match. NWA Fusion. I'm heading there. Mark Bravera's the man there. Number 9 in the rankings. He's actually coming to Mountain State because he wants a shot at this. Also, I'm going to NWA Chattanooga. I'm going to Empire down that way towards Georgia and the Tennessee border. I mean, I don't know what else I've got to do. I've been traveling, I've been beating the top guys, and I continue to win every night, day in and day out. So what do I got to do, guys? Really? I mean, I'm begging you. All I need's a chance, and they're just my next step towards immortality. That's all I ask. One chance.
Words from the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the Canadian Lion, Lance Erikson. We'll be back with more after this. And you know, people joke about, oh, cat fight this, cat fight that, you know what I mean? These ladies are tough. There was no hair pulling. There were punches getting thrown. There were knees getting lifted, okay?
Cat fight, hell, that was a brawl.
It was a brawl. It was not a cat fight. Don't call it cat fight. These aren't divas, okay? These are not ladies who broke into the business after being swimsuit models. These are trained professional wrestlers, first and foremost, and they're locking up in the middle of the ring.
Collar elbow tie-up. Misty James cinches in a side headlock, really grinding away on the side of Adams' head.
Well, Violet Adams wanted this. Violet Adams gets it. Side headlock takeover now by the ladies champion.
Have you ever seen Misty James look this angry going into a contest, Dean?
No, she looks absolutely incensed, but absolutely focused. It's like she's taking that anger and she's going to channel it so that she can dispatch Violet Adams in the best way possible. And I'm sure that Tasha Simone is watching this match, because the flagship of the National Wrestling Alliance has the eyes of the Alliance, thank goodness. Thank you, NWA, for shining a spotlight upon us. We want to be worthy. Grinding away on that neck. Violet Adams is calling out in pain. And Misty not letting up one little bit.
Well, Misty doing her best early on to try to wear away as much of the fight as she can out of Violet Adams. This one's not going to end quick. She knows that, but she needs to lay in the groundwork.
She had to work to get those leg scissors in place, but she finally got them. And she's cinching it in. But Misty James is back arched in agony at this point.
James trying her darndest to find a positioning that will get her out of this maneuver. Adams doing everything she can to fight against Misty James' instincts and abilities, and for the moment has her firmly grounded on that mat, a position that Misty James initially brought her to. Misty James, though, finally slips out, and right back to a side headlock.
Very well played by the ladies champion. A lot of our people have been going down into Southern States Wrestling as well, as Misty comes up from Southern States Wrestling. So the talent trade is definitely paying off. Both federations are getting exposure from this. And Misty has held that headlock this entire match. Determination. Man, she's going to wear her down. Now, finally, Violet Adams mounting a viable offense. Wow, she tried to shoot her off and still right there on the headlock.
Well, Misty James has a decided leverage advantage. She's the much taller of the individuals, and she's using that to its fullest right now. But there's an equalizer, a rake of the eyes. That's everybody's weak spot. Man, woman, kid, dog, that'll stop you in your tracks.
And right back to it. Are you paying attention to this?
Undeterred.
You people looking to break into the business, man or woman, boy or girl, you watch this. This has been a match of fundamentals. Misty James found what worked, and she has worked it until finally Violet Adams has broken the hold. That's what you call dogged determination, and Violet Adams is still feeling the effects of that. Almost
sure
5 minutes of that across both of her ears.
Violet Adams going for a hip toss. Misty James with the counter. Hooks the leg.
The ladies champion staying right there on top of Violet Adams now with a front face lock applied. And again, that's working the neck and the jawline. Misty James is staying right on it.
And you can practically hear the groans of pain coming from Violet Adams, even from our position.
Yes, Violet Adams is in pain. You think, oh, that's not a big move. Well, is it? Why has it been used for 105 years? And she comes out of it with a European uppercut. Another European uppercut, and Adams is staggered. And that's exactly the way Misty James wants her to be.
Wowie zowie, I felt that one.
kicks now. Misty James with a little bit of bounce in her step now. Violet Adams shooting into the midsection there, and a clubbing forearm. Man, you know, as much as I love a hard-fought contest, I hate to think of these ladies getting themselves hurt or something, but they're in here. Back suplex now.
Don't feel sorry for them. They are tougher than you, me.
Yeah, I agree.
90% of the men in this building would have trouble with them.
I agree. These ladies have years of training and the accolades that go with it. Wow! And that is definitely a unscientific bludgeoning maneuver.
And Misty James crawling away, trying to get to that corner.
She could have a concussion by now after those pummeling blows.
Well, the one smart thing she did in the midst of all that was she got over next to those ropes. All she had to do was reach her hand up. And thankfully so for Misty James. Violet Adams, though, not letting up at all. She'll give her a second between the 5 count, but then she'll start the next one.
Absolutely. Misty James firing back. And then now a side headlock of her own applied.
Turn around, Dean. Turn around. I can't help but think that Violet Adams, after having experienced this just a few moments ago, wants to make Misty James feel the same. But Misty James, she doesn't want that. Trying to fight out for all she's worth, but Violet Adams sent her down hard right there with that handful of hair, just pulling her down to the canvas.
And as she hit the mat, my eyes were drawn to a girl in the front row who is absolutely about to come out of her chair and attack Violet Adams herself. These are your heroes. Support them, cheer for them, come on out. Come see a live event. That's an uncharacteristic counter, wouldn't you agree?
And women's wrestling, definitely. But you can't argue with the fact it was very effective. And that gave Misty James all the opening she needed.
Elbow drop now by the SSW Women's Champion, who we recognize as our own champion here in NWA Mountain State. She drags the challenger up, shoots her across,
measures her, and misses big time.
Violet's waiting for her, setting her up. Wow, was that a European uppercut or a barroom uppercut? That was vicious.
Whatever it was, you can't argue with its effectiveness, Dean.
Absolutely.
I've got to disagree with this cover, Dean.
Well, Misty rolls her over. That's it.
Well, you know, I might disagree with the cover. I think Violet Adams might disagree with her attempted cover, but Misty James, she couldn't agree more with it. That was the opportunity she needed to escape this morning with a W.
Absolutely. A lazy cover turned into an effective pinfall by her opponent. And still, your SSW and arguably NWA Mountain State Women's Champion, Misty James.
Again, baby. Eventually, you're going to get tired of me beating you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you look at the floor of NWA Mountain State Wrestling TV studios, you see the blood of Billy Litt that has been spilled by the hand of Beau James. We're now going to try to get an update on the condition of Billy Litt. I'm just going to come on right through here.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Guys.
What? Chuck, come on. I got to do my job.
I'm sorry, guys. I cannot let you see Billy Litt's condition. I am not allowing this to be aired on TV. Billy Litt is severely injured, and he is hurt really bad. There is kids and children watching this show, and it is not for the eyes of these kids.
Chuck, so I can't get back there?
I'm sorry, I'm not going to let that happen. You guys are not coming back here. I'm not letting this show on TV. Billy Litt is in absolutely no condition right now. He is very bad, and he's injured, and he will be going to the hospital. I'm sorry. You can't come back here.
All right, fans, well, stay tuned. Keep an eye on the website, NWAMountainState.com, for an update on Mr. Electricity, Billy Litt.
Of course, part of that melee we saw earlier.
Well, all four of
Billy
these.
Litt, Beau James, and the Bulldozer. Bob Brown and Buddy Love, though, they didn't suffer the same deal effects, though.
Well, they weren't involved in the actual physical altercation. Their appearance at ringside stopped the altercation. And, man, really a lot of concern on my heart for Billy Litt at this point in time.
Absolutely.
Wow, Buddy Love didn't even move. Suji Synge is a big man. He can move somebody. But, oh! Wow. Of course, Buddy Love and Pitbull Bob Brown actually spearheading the campaign, our partnership with Operation Underdog. Operation Underdog, as you know by watching NWA Mountain State, works with the Humane Society of Raleigh County to help find great animals homes and saving them from being euthanized. And for those of you who don't know, euthanized is a nice way of saying killing unwanted animals. Now let's call it what it is. But Operation Underdog and NWA Mountain State want that to not happen. Every animal has a home waiting for it. Visit OperationUnderdog.org for more information. Facebook.com/Operation Underdog. Here comes the pit bull.
You want to talk about saving underdogs? Who the heck is going to save Synge and Hatchet?
Well,
those two young men, they suffered a beat down. Now they're in there against two very big, very effective, very tough veterans. And unorthodox as anything. Bob might bite Synge's fingers right off his hand.
Bob's looking really good these days, looking svelte.
What does that even mean?
Slender. Wow, big clothesline. Turns Suji Synge inside out.
Near fall there.
And a tag into the East Coast's largest athlete, 3BL.
Big Buddy Love coming off the ropes. And a kick to Synge.
Big clubbing forearm.
And just sits down on the back.
Guys, NWA Mountain State Wrestling films at 324 Neville Street. You can check out our live shows here every Tuesday night as well. We want to see you come out. Our great sponsors, including the Big Dog 99.5, want to hear from you as well. Tell them you hear about them on NWA Mountain State Wrestling. Whoa, this bulldozer!
Whoa, where did these guys come from?
Come on!
I figured these guys would have been escorted from the building after what happened earlier.
This stuff has to stop. Jacques Beaulier has to step in and do something. Somebody needs fined.
And
somebody needs suspended.
They're going after him again.
Brandon Ashworth is out here to try to stop this.
Bulldozer's going to hatch it up, and he sends him down hard.
Jester hit the mat hard with that power bomb.
He's going after Synge too.
Suji's out on his feet. He's unconscious.
Bob Brown is down. There's bodies laying everywhere.
Buddy Love hasn't hardly moved. Bob could be injured.
Where Beau James and the Bulldozer go, carnage follows.
Well, they said that he needed a mean streak. It looks like he's found one.
Another one?
Another one. Beau James should definitely be happy.
This is what happens when you get in my business. Puppy Love wants to show her tough. Look at him. Look at these two punks in here. Look at my bulldozer out here.
Oh, and more damage on both men.
I don't even know how this carnage is going to be stopped.
Man, I can't believe how much damage can be inflicted by so few people. 4 on 2
in such a short amount of time.
Very quickly.
Look here. Here's Billy Litt's blood. Look right there. Look right there. Hey, when I get done, this ring is going to be covered in people's blood. Come on, let's go.
Because they are undoubtedly good. They wouldn't be here if they weren't.
Jason the Gift Kincaid starting off against Mr. Showtime. Here in our television main event, this is television time remaining. Listen to that crowd here at 324 Neville Street. Tag now. to Eric Darkstorm, who lets the boots do the walking. Getting hard to hear in here, isn't it?
It sure is. It's exactly what we said when they stepped through the curtain. The roof is getting ready to blow off this place. These fans love Dark Gift.
Explosive speed now, courtesy of Mr. Eric Darkstorm. He's all over Mr. Showtime. And you tag him to Jason the Gift Kincaid. And bring him around. Put the boots to him. Bring him back around. Kick him on down. And they send him to the mat. And Ron Mathis makes the save possibly for his tag team partner very early in the stages of this match.
Jason Kincaid and Darkstorm already drawing that line in the sand, keeping Mr. Showtime in their half of the ring.
Sends him across from corner to corner, and now side headlock being applied here by Mr. Eric Darkstorm.
And you can see Ron Mathis in the corner over here, frantically reaching out for his partner's arm, but just too far away.
That might as well have been a mile away at that point. Eric Darkstorm had a hammerlock applied and used it to drag him over to his corner. They've got the ring cut in half, as good tag teams do. Mr. Showtime firing in a knee. He gets a quick tag. Mathis showboating a little bit and gave Jason Kincaid enough time to recover and hit an arm drag.
And a big time one. Mathis just flew through the air when Kincaid grabbed a hold of him. Kincaid's got him up, side slam position, backbreaker coming with a fist drop from the top rope. What is it you say, Dean? Economy of motion?
Absolutely.
Nobody does it better than these guys.
These guys move as one man. They think as one man. And they're sending out messages, not just to legit Dynamite, but they're sending out messages all across the NWA. And these messages are being heard.
Darkstorm tags out to the Gift. Gift comes in, a kick to the arm. And Mathis scurried across the ring there.
I would have too.
Smart
Mr. Showtime still nursing his left arm. What can you say about Jason the Gift Kincaid that hasn't already been said?
Something bad. Something bad about his in-ring ability. That's the only thing that you can say that hasn't been said, but it would be a lie.
And bear in mind, one half of our tag team champions is currently number 7 in the national rankings in singles competition. Little fancy footwork and a fist on the forehead.
Hook of the leg. He almost had him.
Confidence is what these men have. And Mr. Showtime and Ron Mathis haven't exactly came in a ball of fire.
Wow! Inside out! And a hook of the legs. Good Lord, the impact on that clothesline.
These guys are just dominating these two young men.
This one would have been over if not for the interruption by Mathis and a double drop kick. A lot of force with one, let alone 2 drop kicks. Kincaid hooks the leg. And Mathis screaming for his partner to kick out.
Oh yeah, because the titles are on the line. Mathis and Showtime would like nothing better than to walk in and upset the tag team champions. Wow, Jason Kincaid sends him across with authority.
Whoa! Oh. And he
Showtime
missed.
He moved at just the right time.
Showtime going right after him, not wasting a moment, and you cannot waste a moment when Jason Kincaid misses in the ring. It happens so rarely, you had better seize the advantage.
Absolutely there. And don't let up, because Jason Kincaid can blow a hole through the smallest window of opportunity.
And to the credit of the abilities and the instincts of Mathis and Showtime, they are doing just that. They are staying on top of them. They've got their line drawn in the ring right now. Kincaid's on their side of the ring.
Ron Mathis pushing his advantage now. Oh, Jason, there's that window of opportunity I said. Ron Mathis missed with that elbow drop. And it just took Jason Kincaid moving a small amount to do it.
Showtime right there to cut him off, though. And he just got in the head of Eric Darkstorm. Not really a guy you want to make angry. But thanks to the confines of the rules of a wrestling match, he can't just walk in there.
Ron Mathis using the ring as a second tag team partner and torquing Jason Kincaid's left arm. The tag team champions still undefeated.
And Mathis very wisely at all times trying to stay in front of Jason Kincaid in the corner there. A quick tag out to his partner, and this is exactly what they need to do right now. Quick tags, in and out.
And there's, again, that game changer window of opportunity.
That's exactly what they didn't need to do. They just gave Jason Kincaid an opportunity.
But Mr. Showtime ties up the leg. Oh, wow!
And he eats an enziguri for his trouble, and a tag out to Darkstorm, a tag out to Mathis. Darkstorm rolls through. Mathis kicks him in the gut.
Mathis is on Eric Darkstorm. Darkstorm ducks. Wow, big kick. And Mathis is on the floor in front of us. I do not want to be one man in the ring against Dark Gift, because that usually ends just like this. And combination flurry of tag team moves, clotheslines, forearms, flying kicks, monkey flips.
And he just leg guillotined him, hooks the leg, double pinfall, it's over.
And still undefeated as tag team champions here in NWA Mountain State. What a great tag team matchup. Still undefeated, your NWA Mountain State Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Dark Gift. They don't shy away from anyone. What's it going to take to get the titles off of them? Is it going to take legit dynamite actually hitting them one-on-one, or two-on-two rather, as opposed to jumping them in a parking lot? They've turned away every threat against their championship. They are undefeated. Guys, you want to come on out to Alderson. You want to, this Saturday, you want to check us out on the 30th in Mount Hope to see who's going to step up against Dark Gift. And what a grudge match with Southern States Wrestling Ladies Champion Misty James getting her revenge against Violet Adams. And, you know, I'm calling it, man. She's the uncrowned NWA Mountain State Wrestling Ladies Champion as well.
Well, certainly a skilled competitor, and those ladies are as tough as any man I've ever seen in my life. But you want to talk about destruction, mayhem, and bedlam? Let's talk about what Beau James and the Bulldozer did this morning. Absolutely taking out Billy Litt. Billy Litt got whipped with the bull whip yet again, and that may have been the least of his problems. They absolutely destroyed him today, and anybody that got in their way.
They absolutely rolled over easily half the locker room. But the big story is what we threw at you first, like a breaking news headline. The Temptation Shaun Tempers said he wanted Lance Erikson's title. He came up short. Still your NWA Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Lance Erikson. He's looking for bigger and bolder opportunities. And I guarantee you, Shaun Tempers is going to have a trick up his sleeve the next time that he comes face to face with the Canadian Lion.
Well, he's definitely going to need it. Lance Erikson getting quite possibly the biggest win I've ever seen on Mountain State Wrestling television today, and that's got to move him into position to be the #1 contender to that North American title, Dean.
Guys, every Tuesday night at 324 Neville Street, right here in Beckley, the home of NWA Mountain State, you want to come out and you want to see our live events. You can catch us this weekend in Alderson and on the 30th at the old Mount Hope High School. We want to see you there. We bring you your television event. Now, come out and see the action live, the things that we cannot foresee or tell you about because it happens right there on the fly. Guys, you want to be a part of NWA Mountain State. You want to be a part of the flagship. For Outlaw rock star Stephen Hensley, my name's Dean Bibb, and we are proud to bring you NWA Mountain State. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
NWA Mountain State is a production of Cucumber & Company. Cucumber & Company, video, web, and beyond.